Hey coin lovers, welcome back to Coins Numismatic Series. Get ready, because the pennies you've been ignoring could actually be hiding serious money. Right now, we're diving into two Lincoln cents that look completely ordinary, but under the right conditions, they can be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. These are the kinds of coins that collectors dream about finding in everyday change. Small details, tiny differences, and rare minting moments turn these into treasures. And the most exciting part, you might already have one without even knowing it. The 1982 D. Lincoln Penny 1-cent coin. The 1982 D. Lincoln Penny is one of the most important and fascinating coins in modern United States numismatics, not because of a single design, but because of a major transition that changed the future of American coinage forever. This coin represents a year of confusion, experimentation, and unexpected rarity, making it a centerpiece for collectors who understand what to look for. To truly understand the importance of the 1982 D penny, you have to go back to the economic pressures of the early 1980s. Copper prices were rising sharply, and the U.S. Mint faced a serious problem. The cost of producing a penny was approaching, and even exceeding, its face value. To solve this, the Mint decided to change the composition of the Lincoln cent from the traditional 95% copper alloy to a new, more affordable zinc core coated with a thin layer of copper. But the transition didn't happen overnight. Instead, 1982 became a year of overlap, where multiple varieties were produced at the same time. There were large date and small date designs, copper and zinc compositions, and coins struck at different mint facilities. This created an incredibly complex year, with at least 7 recognized major varieties of the 1982 penny. Among all these variations, the 1982 D. Lincoln Penny holds a special place. The Denver Mint, identified by the D Mint mark, produced billions of pennies that year, most of them using the new zinc composition. However, something unusual happened during production, something that wasn't supposed to happen at all. A very small number of 1982 D pennies were struck on the older copper planchets instead of the new zinc ones. This created what collectors call a transitional error, where a coin is produced using the wrong metal during a change in composition. These coins are extremely rare, and they have become one of the most talked about modern penny discoveries. The key to identifying this rare variety lies in two main features. First is the date style. The small date version has a more delicate and refined appearance, especially noticeable in the shape of the numbers. The 2 in particular has a distinct curve compared to the larger, thicker style of the large date version. Second, and even more important, is the weight. Copper pennies weigh about 3.11 grams, while zinc pennies weigh around 2.5 grams. This small difference is critical. If you find a 1982 D small date penny that weighs like a copper coin, you could be holding something incredibly valuable. The design of the 1982 D penny remains classic and instantly recognizable. The obverse features Abraham Lincoln's profile, a design that has been in use since 1909. The reverse shows the Lincoln Memorial, with its detailed columns and the tiny seated statue of Lincoln inside. This design, introduced in 1959, was used for decades and became one of the most iconic images in American coinage. Despite the massive mintage of over 6 billion pennies from the Denver Mint in 1982, the rare copper small date variety is believed to exist in extremely limited numbers. Only a handful have been confirmed by experts, making them one of the rarest modern coins known to collectors. When it comes to value, the difference between an ordinary 1982 D penny and a rare one is astonishing. A standard zinc coin in circulated condition is worth just 1 cent. Even in uncirculated condition, it might only be worth a few cents to $1. But a genuine 1982 D small date copper penny can sell for thousands of dollars. Some verified examples have been valued between $5,000 and $10,000, depending on their condition and certification. This dramatic jump in value is what makes the coin so exciting. It's not just rare, it's a potential life-changing discovery hidden among everyday coins. Beyond the famous transitional error, the 1982 D penny also attracts collectors for other reasons. There are minor die varieties, including doubling and die cracks, that can add value to specific coins. While these are not as dramatic as the copper error, they still provide opportunities for collectors to find something unique. Collector interest in the 1982 D penny is driven by the thrill of the hunt. Unlike many rare coins that are locked away in collections, this coin could still, theoretically, be found in circulation. People continue to search through rolls of pennies, hoping to discover one of these elusive pieces. Another factor that adds to its appeal is its historical significance. This coin marks the end of an era, the last time pennies were primarily made of copper. It represents a turning point in U.S. coinage, when economic realities forced a change that continues to this day. For collectors, the 1982 D Lincoln penny is more than just a coin. It's a puzzle, a challenge, and a piece of history all in one. It reminds us that even in modern times, mistakes can happen, and those mistakes can create incredible opportunities. The 1998 D Lincoln penny 1-cent coin. The 1998 D Lincoln penny tells a completely different story, but one that is just as fascinating for collectors. Unlike the dramatic composition change of 1982, this coin's value comes from a subtle design detail, one so small that most people would never notice it without careful inspection. At first glance, the 1998 D penny looks like any other modern coin. It features the familiar Lincoln portrait on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. By this time, the composition had long since shifted to zinc with a copper coating, giving the coin a lighter weight of 2.5 grams. The Denver Mint produced a large number of pennies in 1998, and the vast majority are common and worth only face value. But hidden among these ordinary coins is a rare variety that has captured the attention of collectors, the wide AM error. To understand this error, you need to look closely at the word America on the reverse of the coin. On most 1998 pennies, the letters A and M are very close together, almost touching. This is known as the close AM design, and it is the standard version used for circulation coins. However, a small number of 1998 pennies were struck using a different reverse design, one that was intended for proof coins. This version features a wider gap between the A and M, creating what is known as the wide AM variety. This happened because of a mix-up at the mint, where proof dies were accidentally used to strike circulation coins. As a result, these wide AM pennies entered circulation unnoticed, where they could be found in everyday change. The difference between close AM and wide AM might seem minor, but for collectors, it makes all the difference. The wide AM variety is significantly rarer and much more valuable. In circulated condition, a 1998 wide AM penny can be worth anywhere from $20 to $50. In uncirculated condition, values can rise to $100, $300, or even $500 depending on the coin's grade. High-grade examples, especially those with strong luster and minimal marks, have been known to sell for close to $1,000. The design of the 1998 D penny remains consistent with the long-running Lincoln Memorial Series. The obverse portrait of Lincoln continues to symbolize stability and tradition, while the reverse design reflects American heritage. Even after decades of use, this design still holds strong appeal among collectors. In addition to the wide AM variety, the 1998 D penny can also feature other minor errors and varieties. These include double dies, die cracks, and off-center strikes. While not as valuable as the wide AM, these errors still attract interest and can add value to individual coins. Collector interest in the 1998 D penny is particularly strong because of its accessibility. Unlike rare coins that require significant investment, this coin can still be found in circulation. This makes it a favorite among both beginners and experienced collectors. There is a sense of excitement that comes with searching for wide AM pennies. Every time you examine a 1998 coin, there is a chance, however small, that you might find one of these valuable varieties. This keeps collectors engaged and constantly searching. Another reason for its popularity is its connection to other similar errors. The 1998 wide AM penny is part of a group that includes the 1999 and 2000 wide AM varieties. Together, these coins form a set that many collectors aim to complete. The historical context of the 1998 penny also adds to its appeal. By the late 1990s, coin production had become highly efficient, and errors were less common than in earlier decades. This makes the existence of the wide AM variety even more intriguing. For collectors, the 1998 D. Lincoln Penny is a reminder that value doesn't always come from age. Even relatively modern coins can become valuable if they have the right combination of rarity, error, and demand. In the end, this coin proves that the smallest details can have the biggest impact. A tiny gap between two letters can transform an ordinary penny into a prized collectible. And that is what makes coin collecting so exciting. The idea that treasure can be hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone to notice it.